Hello. Today is pretty was sunny day. No. I mean rainy day. It's pouring. Yeah, and I started feeling like a little bit lonely. Yeah, just a little bit. And I realized that, and I have been living here and alone almost 3 months. So I have been asking a lot of my friends like, you're living alone, like in another country, and don't you feel any like lonely like that? Yeah. Honestly, most of the time I don't feel any lonely or sad or missing like homesick anything, because I grew up by myself since I was 10. Yeah, and then I used to be alone, but although I used to be alone just since I was young, but when I go out or even I go to the grocery or anything, a lot of people speak my languages. I don't have to worry anything. I don't understand anything. But here, I live in abroad in another country. They don't speak my language, but yeah, I don't feel any. Most of the time, I don't feel any loneliness. I feel pretty good, and it is the first time I have ever I mean not live alone. I mean no one know me. No one actually knows my name, my real name. So I feel pretty good. I don't know why. I feel peaceful and then free, and yeah, most of the time I'm good, but today maybe because of heavy raining, I kind of missing someone. Not
Hello, welcome to Easy English.
So in this week's episode, I went down on Brighton Beach
to ask
to ask people opinions on social media. I want to know how they use social media.
What they think is good,
What they think is good, and what's bad about social media, and advice on what people should look for and avoid when using social media apps. Before we get started, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Here we go.
I moved to Spain for a taco crab.
What do you use it for?
What do you use it for?
Like kind of posting.
Just like kind of posting videos of friends, sending videos to like other people that I think they are funny. Kind of just interacting with my friends. I use in Instagrams and Facebook.
I
I have got a Twitter account, but I don't really get it.
I think
it's absolutely got its space. It's it's really help me to stay in contact with say friends that are on the other side of the world, and that sort of Facebook, that sort of thing. Things like Twitter, I avoided for a long time, and then Joy recently and have created a really great network specifically around like teachers and education and writers and well-being, because that's sort of my thing. And I've joined Instagram. I think they've all got their place. What social media platforms do you use?
So
I use Facebook, and
that is it.
that is it.
Yeah.
That is it. Yeah. Have you ever tried like say,
for
for
instance,
instance,
TikTok or Instagram.
TikTok or Instagram?
I haven't tried
I haven't tried TikTok. I'm probably a bit too old.
old for it, maybe.
Too old, but I also feel like that. Maybe. I don't know. I tried Instagram for a while, but it was quite. I don't know. I didn't really click with me. Click with me. I do a little bit of Facebook, but not very much. Okay, so I'm an old-fashioned girl. Yeah, me too. Me too.
I like the telephone.
I like the telephone. I like to speak to somebody. I like communicating with somebody. Eye contact, facial contact, verbally.
Easy English community.
Forward slash.
Oh,
Explain more.
yeah, it's almost like a way to compete with their like.
Then head on over to patreon.com/easy English videos. Now back to the episode.
Now back to the episode. I feel like a lot of people have started to use social media as almost like a way to compete with their like mental health.
So like, oh.
So like, oh, it's
So it's like, oh,
so it's like, oh, like I do this. So like, and then they're like, oh, mine not that bad then.
So like, I don't need
So
to
like,
talk
I don't need to
about
talk
it,
about it.
if that makes sense.
If that makes sense.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh
so it's
really?
like, it's like,
Yeah. So it's like
oh, I haven't
like,
brushed my teeth.
I
for a
haven't
week.
brushed my teeth for a week.
So like,
So like, I'm way worse than
worse
you
than
guys
you
are.
guys are. And like
You
stuff
guys
like
are.
that.
And like stuff like that.
People are like trying to outgun each other.
like trying to outgun each
Who has
other
the worst?
for who has the worst
Or like the
mental
worst
health.
trauma
Yeah, like the worst trauma or
ever.
but whatever
Like,
ever.
yeah, it's really
Really. Yeah, it's really competitive.
So
competitive.
You then left
So you then left TikTok because
yeah.
of that?
I
Yeah.
think the sort of passive
I think the sort of passive scrolling.
scrolling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just
watching
say,
things.
I'm very
So
involved
I'm
in
very
mental
involved
health,
in mental
emotional
health
well-being,
and emotional well-being,
children.
children and young people.
And
Okay. And is that
it's
sort of noticing when you start having those thoughts around like comparing yourself with other people, they can be quite subtle, but they're quite toxic.
You know, just those
Yeah, you know, just those sorts of little subtle underlying.
she looks so happy.
Oh, she looks so happy.
Or, you know,
You know, my life isn't as good as
yeah,
theirs life.
that.
Yeah, that's the
The bit
bit
that
I think is can get quite sort of toxic.
There were people that I knew.
The people that I knew on there,
And
I knew they didn't kind of lead these, you know, glamorous millionaire looking lifestyles,
Their photos
but yet their photos seem to kind of
dictate that. Or
dictate that or indicate that.
Interesting.
Interesting. I just thought it's too fake. I kind of got a bit tired of it, so I'm quite minimal on it. Just for seeing people holidays, I'm interested in and what people are doing. Okay. But like Lee said, I don't like all the trolling and the negative side of it. And the bullying with children and teenagers.
Hello.
Hello.
Easy.
Easy.
What are your
thoughts on social media?
Well,
Well, in general, I think social media is amazing. It's great. It has so many, it gives so many possibilities to connect with people, to learn, to educate, to inform yourself about things, to spread awareness about certain topics. And it's definitely so good that we have it. I think it's the but coming. There's a little bit. So obviously on social media it's easy for people to be anonymous and spread also negative things, to be sexist or racist, send messages that people don't want to get. Alone over consumptions of social media can bring a lot of negativity and negative thoughts. So I think you have to be aware of how you use social media, how much you use it. Now at times like a war in Ukraine, it helps a lot to connect, to inform. Yeah.
If social media,
It's social media. If social media didn't exist, then you wouldn't have things like the Me Too movement. That probably would not. It might have taken a few more years for it to kickstart, but that really gave it that boost. But I think, like you said, I think you learn to be almost see it a little bit in the same way you have seen. You wouldn't just sit there and watch rolling 24 hours news, because it exhausts you. It's part and process of having this sort of form of free like a freedom of media. You can post whatever you like. So in a sense, you always not every whatever you like, but in a sense, you don't just get one angle. You get 30, hundreds, thousands angles at once, which can be overwhelming. But at least you sort of see both sides of the picture. But that does involve also getting the negative with the positivity. And for private matters, it's amazing that because we do have friends a lot of different countries. We do travel, but also we don't have people in one place all together. So we stay in contact with people via social media. That is amazing for sure. Yeah, it's a good way to document your life. Your life. There you go. If you had to give someone a guide on how to use social media, then say someone wants a TikTok, because all the fans have it. What would your guide be on how to use it? Definitely set a limit to how much you use it a day. A day.
You can do that now.
And can you do that now?
I know on Instagram you can.
I know on Instagram you can sort of take time, like a time of. On setting, you can limit how long you spend on the app. I mean, like it would be great if you could just stop using the app, because it says like you can choose to continue using it, and most people just do that. It's nice, but I would say really try and limit it, like half an hour a day. You actually make a good point. I just remembered that someone said, I heard someone else recommend, don't use it passively. And you says passively. You says passively, yeah. And what do you mean by that? Just literally sitting there, going scrolling through. And then what's the contrast to that then? The contrast is using it to actively make connections. sharing stuff, yeah,
contact
posting
people.
and contact people.
It's an amazing
You know, it's amazing way to keep in touch with my friends on the other side of the world. And you know,
see what people are up
see what people are up
to
to
and comment
on
you know,
people. You know, get involved in people's
people's
posts,
posts and make comments.
and make comments. I work in IT, and I tend to get photos of the cabling that I do. So like before and after photos. And generally that is what I use is for now. To share photos of that, because I have got a bit of fan base on my Facebook, based on the kind of wiring I do for my IT job, which is nerdy. Okay, and okay, go into it more. Sorry. So you sort of take a pictures when you're it's all messed up and horrible.
So it's like a comms.
Yeah, sort of like a comms cabinet, you know, with all the wires draining all over the floor, and I was going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Change
all of the past list and make it look all nice and neat. It's kind of a bit of, and people would like to see, and people would like to see this.
Love it.
They love it.
Hold
Yeah.
on, your friends?
Hold on, your friends or just?
Yeah, my friends.
Yeah, my friends.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that makes.
I'm not sure if that makes me sad or them.
I was going to say that.
So then I was going to.
People would like to see this.
They love it.
Love it. Yeah. Hold on, your friends?
Hold on, your friends or just?
Yeah, my friends.
Yeah, my friends.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that makes.
I'm not sure if that makes me sad or them.
Yeah.
So then I was going to say like, you use this for communication.
You also use it for like.
But you also use it for like,
What would you call this?
what would you call it?
Comedy, but like.
Not comedy, but like entertainment or something. I mean, it's probably a form of entertainment. Yeah, you know, I like making people laugh. So,
Should you use it?
should you use this? Do you think at all
As
a means to build self-esteem? Oh, I don't think it's the best tool to build self-esteem. Because people do it to try, I think. I think it's had the opposite effect. I think if you are posting something in order to get loads of likes and get popular, I think that's building yourself up for quite a big drop. If it doesn't go that way, then it's like, oh, I'm useless, I'm pointless, I'm invisible. No one's reading it, no one's seeing it. You know, it starts all this sort of mental mind chatter. Yeah.
But
if we're being really honest. But if we are being real honest with ourselves, a lot of us do that. Say again, it's not don't do it. It's just be alert. Notice if you are doing that, and then make a choice. Is this good for me? Is this making me feel good, or it is draining my energy? Every time I step away from social media, do I feel rubbish? You know, like just starting to become more self-aware and take care of your own sort of mental health. Something like that I do. If I'm feeling like real unproductive, I go on my phone. Yes, and like if I'm like procrastinating.
Go on my phone. If
I
I
go on
just
my
like
phone. If I just like
take it out
take
of the room
it
and just sit,
take it out of the room and just sit there,
like, I'll just have
like I just have to do the things out of boredom.
to like
So like
just get rid
literally
of everything.
you just get off everything and just kind of doing your own things.
I think you learn quite a lot
I think you learn quite a lot
being by yourself with.
just being by yourself without your phone.
Thanks for watching,
Thanks for watching this week's episode.
Let us know in the comments
Let us
where
know
you're
in the... Okay, thank you. Bye bye.